personality is one of a kind. He will be 2 on April 2nd. He has a way of making friends with everybody and making a memory with everybody as well.
He's every bit as ornery as I am, if not more. He still has a lot to overcome yet, but he has overcome so much in his short little life so far that anything's possible, just judging by him.
Having our first child, we did not think that it would be the kind of roller coaster that it has been. We thought everything was good until December 9th when we went in for our prenatal ultrasound to find if we were having a boy or a girl, and we were told that we were having a little boy.
Sometimes it's hard to wrap your head around the fact that you're going to be a father.
So we were on that high, and the nurse was like, but I need to go talk to the doctor. And so then she just left the room. And so Grant and I just didn't know what to think. The doctor comes in and he says, from what we're seeing on the ultrasound, he said, I think your son has either trisomy 13 or trisomy 18, so there's a good chance he's not going to survive.
It's hard to pull your mind back from the brink when doctors tell you that your little boy won't survive. It's a feeling of indescribable sorrow and anger all at the same time.
Since we were told to not expect Lou to survive, we canceled all of our baby showers just because I didn't want to have a house full of baby stuff. Really, really was tough not knowing how much I was going to get to be with my son, and if I needed to plan a funeral or plan for a baby. So it wasn't until February 17th that they decided that maybe there was a chance that Lou was going to survive.
After a while, hope is all you have. And somebody out there giving it to you, I mean, that's everything.
We knew that Children's was going to be the best place for Lou to be after he was born. And so just starting that conversation about going to Children's and starting our journey there really reassured us and gave us hope that we had people in our corner and that they were helping us pursue the best option for our son.
We live out here in the country and we know nobody in Omaha. And our little town is way different from the big city.
We really didn't know what to expect going to the Rainbow House. So when we walked in the front doors, we were very pleasantly surprised because it just exceeded our expectations. Just walking in, it was just a reassuring feeling that we had a place nearby. And at that time, we did not know how long we were going to be spending at the Rainbow House.
So having somewhere to stay, knowing that that was a sure thing for us. As a husband, that really takes some stress away. More than a little.
I feel like it was very beneficial for us to get to stay at the Rainbow House with those consults before Lou was born, because then after Lou was born, we already knew the Rainbow House. It was a little piece of familiarity for us where we just knew that we had a lot of other things to face, but we knew that we could go to the Rainbow House and that's where we were going to stay. So we didn't have to have that worry of how we were going to stay close to Lou, but also if we had to afford a motel or those kinds of things. On April 1st, that evening, I kind of felt like he was slowing down, that he was just being kind of lazy, not moving around like his normal self. But I had kind of had a big day that day, so I was thinking maybe he was tired like I was tired. But then in the morning when I woke up, he still wasn't moving as much, and so I called the doctors. I said, normally I get my 10 kicks in about 45 minutes, but it took an hour and 50 minutes to get those 10 kicks. And she said, okay, well, how soon can you get here?
When he was first born, I watched the doctors carry him away, and he just looked lifeless. He had no color to him. So my first thought was that he had passed already. And I would have never seen him alive. It's hard to convey that to your wife when she didn't see any of this. And all you can do is sit there and hold her hand and tell her everything will be okay.
When I got to see Lou for the first time, the children's transport team was already in the room ready to take him. But it was such a blessing because the transport team, they seemed to know that I hadn't gotten to meet Lou yet, and they knew that we wanted to get him baptized. And so one of them, she offered to take pictures for us during Lou's baptism, and they were just very supportive. I could tell that they were antsy to get Lou to Children's because they knew how critical he was, but they also were just reading the situation and knew that he was stable enough that we could spend some time with him.
And he had his eyes open, and he was looking around. And I saw him reach for something. Everything changed. I was a father of this little boy who had defied all of the odds.
Knowing that the Rainbow House is there in those unexpected moments is just huge. I was really trying to get everything figured out as a new mom. I really didn't know what my journey was gonna be like. The Rainbow House had some little freezers that we could use to store our milk, and so it was really exciting the day that I finally got to start taking advantage of that freezer, and also having the little pantries and had that ability to make our own food was really nice.
Knowing that my family is safe, taken care of, that was big for me. I imagine a lot of other families feel the same way.
He took 362 days to get home, so we made it home just in time for his first birthday. We got his diagnosis on June 11th, the same day that he got his trach placed. And it's Coffin-Cyrus syndrome, where there's only a few hundred reported cases in the world. Every day is something new. We really started therapies here recently, so we're working on physical therapy and occupational therapy and speech therapy. He's not quite to the point where he can sit up on his own yet, but he's getting stronger. We didn't think Tigger was going to be as important as he has become. The Rainbow House ladies were all excited to finally get to meet the little guy that kept me in Omaha for so long. And Tigger was sitting on the shelf, and they asked if Lou would like a toy. And we saw Tigger, and he kind of looked at Tigger more than the other ones because he's so bright. And so we got Tigger, and then Lou just kind of latched on to Tigger. Living at the Rainbow House for 10 months, it was the closest thing that we could have of being together as a family.
Having my family under one roof means more to me than money can buy.